What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing day. I want to first apologize for the quality of this video, as I could only imagine that it's not going to be the best because I'm visiting my parents here in California and their Wi-Fi is even worse than mine, believe it or not. So I'm going to go ahead and get straight to it. So for those that do not know what an oversold stock is, I'm going to be sharing my screen. It's the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform that I'm using. It's a free software, free platform. You could Google it. You can gain access to it. I have videos about it. And yeah, so that is the software that I'm using. And I hope that you guys enjoy all these stocks that I'm going to be talking about. In no way are any suggestions whatsoever. These are ones that I'm simply breaking down for you to understand the technical standpoint of how it is that I see value, and hope that you can get a better understanding to develop your own eye for value. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. There we go. Make myself a little bit smaller. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I need to say what's up to the team, so I'm going to move the team right on over here. What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Danny? What's going on, David? What's going on, Zach? Alex? Steven, my man, how you doing? Mr. Samkey3. What's up, Lito? How you doing? Steven, David, Sam, Josie, Hector, and then David again. What's going on, Joshua? What's going on, NYC Neil? How you guys doing? So hope that you guys are all having a beautiful and productive day. Is that your Xmas shirt? That is, Drew. Thank you. What's going on, Andrew? What's going on, Josh? What's going on, Edvin? Ooh, what was that? Acacia? Thanks for the answer in my post earlier. Of course, thank you again for asking. So what's going on, guys? I can't do the OK Google thing today because they don't have the I actually don't know if they have it here, but let's kind of get right to it. So I'm going to talk about what an oversold stock is, why it is that I see value, especially during this time of the year, earnings season, as well as giving you guys some examples. So what is an oversold stock? So I use this RSI indicator. That's this study filter that you see right here. So if it goes below 30 RSI, if you can see the 30 on this side, this is what this bar stands for, it turns blue. That usually means that the stock or ETF is oversold. Now if it goes red, if it goes above 70, that usually indicates that the stock or ETF is overbought, meaning that it's more at a ideal sell point. So to give you an example, so Ford, when it was at $13.48, it was showing signs of a consistent uptrend. It hit highs of about $13.50, and when it hit that point, it was showing that, hey, you know, it's overbought. It might not be the best buy at that price point. If the rally is there and if the volume continues and the demand continues, then obviously the RSI is, you know, when momentum is present, volume kind of outweighs everything else. Now, when it comes down to when the volume starts to die out and then we're going more based off technicals, people can see, hey, wow, you know, this is actually a little bit more on the overbought side. I'm going to start covering profits here. We're not actually breaking 1350. And then due to that, there was some news that came out, and it dropped from 1350 all the way down. It's consolidating now at $12. Now looking at the RSI, it hit lows of about 20 RSI. Now why is it that I find this to be so important? Looking at this on a technical standpoint, this is Ford, a multi-billion-dollar company. It had a previous support here at $12. You see this consolidation that it had from $12 of support, resistance at $12.50, support and resistance, right? Had this huge sell-off. Where did it start to consolidate? $12. That's great. It gives us an understanding that, hey, the support is still valid. So what can we wait for? Well, as you can see, my alert is set over here, but realistically, I want the candles to break above the EMA on the 180-day chart, and for this cup and handle pattern to fulfill. So this is about half the cup. I'm going to need it to flatline, and then when it flatlines, then I'm going to need this thing to start coming back up. And when it starts building that cup and handle, I at least know that, hey, you know, I'm going to be investing in something that's going to be trending up and above the EMA. Very simple understanding. This is an example of a stock that is oversold. It's a good quality company, but one thing that I do want you guys to focus on is that it does have its earnings tonight, or at 4:30 Central Time. So I don't personally like investing in anything during earnings season. I like for it to kind of, you know, go through its earnings and do its own thing, and then once its earnings, you know, once the news comes out, I like to see how they react. So a lot of stocks after earnings, even if they do hit their, you know, expectation for their revenue, their guidance might be a little bit off, and we might see a huge pullback, just like we did last time with Tesla. It went from like 340 all the way down to 290. We were able to buy at 290 because we saw that it was oversold, bought at a low point, was able to sell at 320 and made some profit, and that's with a multi-billion-dollar company. This is just one example of an oversold stock. The reason that I'm talking about it is, first, I use it when it comes down to swing trading. It's one of the main indicators that I use to get a better understanding that if this is a good buy or a good sell. I don't solely or never rely on one sole indicator, and that's something that I really want you guys to understand. It's never smart to rely on one indicator, but it's good to have a better understanding of where this stock stands when it comes down to being overbought or oversold. Another thing is it's earnings season, so therefore there's going to be a lot of pullbacks. And if you can use this RSI indicator to filter out a number of stocks that are more on the oversold side, you can filter or scan for stocks that are below. You can do it here, like if you don't have your scans set up already. What the heck is this? Oh. Here you go. So we got the RSI scanner, and then I have that if it's less than 45. It's just an example, just so you guys can set up your own scanner. If you're part of my Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, part of my course, there's a video that shows you exactly how I scan for my swing stocks, exactly how it is that I scan for my momentum stocks, as well as in our private group chat, there are screenshots of my scan criteria. But most importantly, I want you guys to understand exactly what it is that you're trying to scan for and develop a scanner for that set type of filter. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. DGAS. Again, I'm not saying that this is a good buy. All I'm saying is on this 180-day pattern, there is no question that this ETF is oversold. So based off previous patterns, it has always recovered. So looking at even the 1-year chart, when it does hit this low, so I called it out that it was going to most likely drop to $17. We were trying to see if it would reverse. It never actually did. We called out the support at $14. It is now acting as a resistance. But with these low points, it has recovered, from these drop from when it becomes more on the oversold side, and it tends to recover. So looking at understanding that, you want to make sure that you still stay to the fundamentals of, hey, waiting for the confirmation of the 180-day EMA, making sure that it's trending up. But it's really good to at least add these stocks to your watch list to know that, hey, I'm adding a number of stocks to my watch list that are oversold. They're good buys. I'm just going to wait for the confirmation. That's how I would treat it. These are not any stock suggestions, nothing like that. They're just simple stocks that are currently oversold and need time to reverse. And with that being said, it's just a patience factor. Another great example are two of them. DUST, if you could see, DUST doing a double bottom here at around $20, had a huge pullback today. If you're part of our Learn Plan Profit group, you know exactly what it is that we said that what we were waiting for DUST. Has a resistance at 22, dropped all the way down to sub 20. Now we're just waiting for the confirmation and the break above $20 for it to reverse back to 22. What's the potential for profit? 10%. Patient, waiting for the confirmation, understanding because of this RSI that it's supposedly a good deal, but we still have to wait for the confirmation. Same thing with JDST. JDST, looking at this on the 180-day chart, we could see that it's oversold, boom, boom, and boom, right? And getting a very simple understanding that, hey, this is a little bit more on the oversold side. I'm still going to wait for the confirmation of the reversal, but at least I know that I'm looking at something that is a good buy. I just have to wait for it to start trending back up. There's so much margin that this ETF and these series of ETFs have to offer. So if it recovers to half of what it's done within the past 2 months, it offers nearly over 30% potential for profit. So ask yourself, what's your monthly goal? Is it 10, 15, 20%? How amazing would it be to be able to cover that just with one trade? If it's something that you see value in and that you see potential in, then great. If it's not, then find something that will get you there. And then the last one is DSLV. DSLV, I guess, yeah, that's 4. So DSLV, again, this is a silver-based ETF. Support here at $22. Had a huge pullback as well. Resistance at $24, and then when it breaks above that, has the overall resistance at $26. I wanted to quickly cover one. Oh no. Did my live stream finish? Man. Let's see. Are we still live? If you guys can let me know in the live chat. Are we still live? Can you guys give me a thumbs up? Letting me know that we're still live. I really do apologize for that. It's just the Wi-Fi here is worse than it is at my house. So that's hilarious. Okay, so we're still live. All right, perfect. Thank you guys for that. All right, so who's in Learn, Plan, Profit? That's my course. Thousands of people. There's over thousands of people in Learn, Plan, Profit. So, yeah. All right. We are live. So it looks like I have a couple questions. One thing that I did want to ask you guys is, for those that are part of Learn, Plan, Profit, for those that are part of my free group TechBot Solutions, I get so many messages on Instagram and on Facebook that are stock related questions. I do not manage all those accounts. So I have either people that are part of my team that have access to those accounts, and they filter through those. So if you 100% want me to answer your question, you have to message me via Discord. So we have a TechBot Solutions Discord chat. We have a Learn, Plan, Profit Discord chat. Do not send me any messages via Facebook, Instagram, or nothing of that. If you really want me to answer and want me to answer, then it's via Discord. So sometimes they go through a series of messages and I don't actually get to see them. So I do apologize for that, but I get so many messages like through those different platforms, and I always say to message me through the Discord app. I've cut off on all my Discord messages, and that took a while. But I love to assist any way that I can. If you want to join our free networking group, there's a free link down below. If you like surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, then it's a great community. We have over 78,000 people within our networking platform, and we'd love to be a part of your success. If you want to join and work with me on a daily basis, then it's the first link in the description. If you like the way that I break things down and you find it easy to understand on how it is that I present these, a series of things. I never tell you where to buy. I never will tell you where to sell or anything of that sort. So I'm not here to feed you. I'm here to teach you how to fish. So if you're willing to work with me so we can build your IFA value, then I'd love to work with you and to have you as a part of the team. The last thing that I wanted to say, people keep asking me. So I made that video yesterday for the $100 a day when it comes down to swing trading and the account that you have to have and the goal that you have to set for yourself. So 10% on a weekly basis, being able to cover $500 on a weekly basis with a $5,000 account. Very simple. I feel like for a lot of people, an extra $2,000 a month can be huge. It could almost cover everyone's expenses, right? So I just felt like that could be a very effective video. If you haven't checked that one out, that's yesterday's video. The thing that I did want to make very apparent is that I take multiple swing trade positions with multiple accounts, right? So you guys know I have Fidelity, I have TD Ameritrade, and there's a message that's like, okay, well, you're up on DRN, but you're down on DGAS. That is correct. And then I cover some of my profits on DGAS, and then I might, like today, DRN, which is something that we called out within the Learn, Plan, Profit group, we called out the pullback, and I knew that it was going to happen. It's all part of swing trading. So again, you never lose until you sell. And as long as I understand the pattern and I understand what it is that I'm investing in, then I'm comfortable investing in. If you don't see value in what it is that you're investing in, if you don't understand where you're going to sell before you buy, then you probably should not purchase that stock because you don't understand the potential that that stock has to offer. So just a little quick tip of advice. So there's so many of these different stocks like JDST, and it's still pulling back even harder. And that's why, people are saying, hey, we should just get in right now and just hold. Like that's an approach. But also waiting for the confirmation and for that full-on reversal is also, I think, a much safer approach because we're actively investing in something that's actively trending up. So it makes a little bit more sense to me in that perspective. But again, we're all different traders, we're all different investors, and you do whatever works best for you. And that's what I want for each and every single one of you. So it looks like we have a couple questions. Let's see if I can answer them. I have to scoot. All right, there we go. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, no, I have to go like that. It says, Justin says, Ricky, you're the best NFS. What does NFS mean? Let me know. I don't know what that means. Justin is saying, killing DRN. Yeah, no, DRN, we've been doing very well, especially from when we called out the reversal at $20. So it did pull back all the way to 19. A couple people bought at that lower point, but I wanted to wait a little bit more for a reversal, so 19, 15, stuff like that. So again, you are the ones that control your entire positions. You guys are the ones that have to take initiative and take responsibility for all the trades you take. And the biggest suggestion that I can have is before buying, know where you're going to be selling and know the risk involved. Understand what you're investing in, and if you don't, then just take a step back. And you have so much time to learn how this market works. Don't overthink it, don't overstress it. Just keep it simple and then go for it. Ideas about XXII. I've talked about that one for the past 3 days because people, or the past 2 days, because people keep bringing it up. I say that it's more on the overbought side. I thought it was it's pulling back already, and we called that one out in the Learn Plan Profit group. There was one of our traders that covered his profits because he saw the same pattern that we did. Just look at the 180-day pattern and look how overbought it is, right? It's quite the opposite of being oversold. It's pulling back, but I think it's still holding above the EMA, so it might bounce, it might not, something that you will have to wait for. Matthew Clark asking about reversal on JDST. We just talked about that one. There is no confirmation of a reversal, not in the patterns that I see. I still have to wait till it breaks fully above $45, and then we have that confirmation above the 180-day EMA, if I'm not mistaken. James is asking, are you doing penny stocks? I don't actively invest in penny stocks anymore, but there's a lot of people within our group. Again, we have 78,000 people within our group. There's a large number of people. If you go to my channel, there's a featured channel. There's 3 featured channels on the right-hand side: Robinhood Harley, Vin Ferretti, and then Brad Smith. And Brad Smith is our OTC stock group leader, and he does exceptionally well with lower cap stocks. Robinhood Harley is the guy for Robinhood. He's going to upload a video today, and then Vin does crypto. So I'm going to end it here. So how do you see these reversals? So I look at the 180-day pattern. I look at the EMA line on the 180-day chart, and I wait for not only the candles to break above the EMA line, but once they break above, just like we're seeing right now with DRN, for when they do pull back, I want them to bounce above the EMA line, validating that support. So it's showing signs of an ascending uptrend. So, let's see. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So it looks like we're right around a little bit under 17 minutes. I hope that you guys all have an amazing week, right? I hope that you guys all have an amazing day. My video today that will be uploaded will deal with crypto investing, so feel free to check that video out. If you guys aren't subscribed already, I do want to thank you guys again for the, I'm going to close this. Let's see, there, boom. I do want to thank you guys again for the 100,000 subscribers. We're at like 100,625 now, so that's pretty solid. Thank you guys again for everything it is that you guys do. Most importantly, I would set a goal for yourself on a weekly basis if you guys don't already. Pick 1 or 2 stocks that are going to get you there to accommodate that weekly percentage growth, and then set up a plan for each stock that you plan to take a position on. Again, know where you're going to sell before you actually buy. I think with those little simple steps and being consistent, disciplined, and inhibiting habits that really work well with structure, you guys will have a much better understanding of all the risk involved and the positions that you're taking. And if you don't understand the risk involved and you're kind of just going with the flow, then maybe just taking a step back, start paper trading, simulation trading, or trading with a much lower dollar value. I would hate for you guys to have to lose money when you guys don't have to. So again, all the links are down below if you would like to work with me on a daily basis. It's the first link down below. The second link is going to be to learn how to buy and resell the different cars and supercars that we own. And then the third link, I think, is our free group. So you guys can feel free to join our free Facebook group, and that will guide you on over to our free group chat for TechBot Solutions with over 78,000 members. So thank you guys again. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives in your success. I hope that you guys all have an amazing Wednesday, and make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram if you guys don't already. Link is down below. Thank you guys. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note.